to have free movement of global citizens who are innovators, who are scientists. Is there anything that can come out of this global conference that Mohan is proposing? Having these two important players, key players, university and this international body who are very neutral. Is there any possibility we can see that a governance can come out of from this kind of consortium?
International organizations cannot play a role because they are all administered by the representatives of the governments. But I was thinking a new idea, that is the new, like G20 has come or something like that. This is a completely different kind of thing which has come, but it has both developing and developed countries. It has a middle income group and all that. I was wondering, I'm not, but I'm just saying there is a possibility of creating a kind of a new order where which is based on this new theme that there is a need for diversity in equality, and not only but it's the future. You're determining the future of the world, or your future of how do we want to live in the future. Are we going to be enemies? So I personally feel there's a great idea of and this should come from intellectuals or scientists or people like you guys, in terms of you becoming, all this, you guys staying in universities and all that, you are at the different level. You're not meeting the common people. So if we can get the intellectual course and the common people from together, maybe we'll get a solution.
Well, I disagree a bit that universities don't meet the common people. Some people at universities don't meet the common people. Actually, elite universities where we are one thing, but most universities are not elite universities, and actually they do run a lot of programs with the communities, and even Oxford and Cambridge, many of us are very engaged with our communities and trying to understand more what we're doing in terms of embedding more our activities. But universities have always placed a role in equality and diversity. But this brings another very complicated topic, which is for another discussion, which is this meritocracy business. We've created a world in which we have some kind of meritocracy that measures very specific things. First of all, it's not such, because you can game it. You can game it with the education you give your children, and we don't really live in a meritocratic society. But even the parts that are more meritocratic, I think they're not fit for purpose anymore. The kind of education we have, we should value more working in groups than individuals. I think maybe in a way is rethinking what is an individual, something deeper. And if is it really the individual, the relation of the individual with the community, rethinking that meritocracy. Is it really a good idea to choose the very best? What does that mean when we actually want to work in groups that are diverse? How do we choose the best, and what is the meaning of the best? I think it's very cultural. It's very, you both come from Asian countries where the role of I'm from Spain, from rural communities in Spain, and certainly what is an individual is very different to what is an individual in physics. The genius, is it really fit for purpose anymore? And I think this is the core of what is the role of the individual and the so-called excellence. I would put it very much into question. And of course, that is the more revolutionary thing of what we can do. But I think we are all craving that. We're not happy lives because we're not happy as the kind of individuality that has been created for us, in which we don't fit. So meritocracy, rethinking meritocracy is a big undertaking, but I think it's an important thing.